Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Tonight, a little technology review for all the social media influencers and YouTubers out there, and that is Snappa, which is an online graphic designer. Is it worth it to pay so that you can make cool thumbnails and other things? So first, let's talk about what Snappa is. Well, if you go to Snappa, you type in Snappa, probably a lot of people have never heard of it, right? So I came across this because I was looking for a better way to make thumbnails and basically social media posts. One of the biggest problems that people have is you don't know the specific dimensions of the post, and you run into all these problems, and then it crops it or it doesn't come out right, etc., etc. So I came across this program, and like I said, it's called Snappa, and it is basically this optimized online social media graphics creator. So first and foremost, how much was it? Well, I went ahead and paid $120 and got an entire year subscription. What does that get me? That gets me unlimited access to royalty-free graphics and posts, and also an online library where I can save my graphics and create folders, start a team so you can do collaboration, and it's pretty cool. So you're like, yeah, I don't know, yeah, I make my own thumbnails. So right off the bat, let me go over what it has. So basically, if you arrive at this main page after you buy a subscription, you'll see the different sizes: Facebook, Instagram post, Instagram story, YouTube thumbnail. So like I said, these sizes for social media are already optimized to be perfect when you upload them, which is a very cool thing. Now, is it extensive? It's not too bad. It doesn't have DTube. It's got some Twitch, SoundCloud, headers, display ads, and that's about it. But that's really not the most important, coolest thing. Oh, and they also have YouTube channel art, which is always a pain in the butt to make, if you want to get basically your banner to show properly. So that's basically number one. The number one pro is for $10 a month, you get access to all these templates, and you're able to save them, and they're perfect every time. So let's go ahead and go through an example. Let's do a YouTube thumbnail for the video. So let's say I'm doing this Snappa video thumbnail. So I'm going to need to make a thumbnail for this. Now, they've got some pre-organized templates that are always kind of rotating. Have I used any of these templates? Not especially. However, what you can do is you can load up one of the templates and start changing things, right? So let's say that I was looking for something that had to do with social media and whatever. So I could choose this. I double click on it, it's going to load it up, and then you'll see right away life hacks. Now, what you're going to notice is I can click on individual elements within the picture and go over here in the control panel and change things, okay? So you see I just changed life from black to purple, okay? You can also change the fonts, okay, which is kind of dope. You can also upload your own font, which I did. I uploaded Lobster, which is a custom font that's used on Bankroll Network. So this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Now let's say I just wanted life. I wanted to get rid of that and just say hacks. So then you can see it says hacks, okay? And then the background, okay? Yeah, I'm not big on the background. You can click on the background, and let's say you wanted to make it a color. You could just change it if you wanted to, and it will change it. But you have to remove that first. So now you can see I could start to customize this however I want to with the elements that are in the picture. So, overall, that's kind of cool. That's not bad. So let's go back to create a graphic. I'm going to go ahead and go to the thumbnail. This time I'm going to start for scratch. Okay. And you can see I start from scratch. Now, let's cover what I get with this package. Number one, I can save this design. So I could say YouTube snap thumb, right? And then I hit save. And at that point, it pulls up all my folders. I could create a new folder. So let's call it test. Okay. So I can save the graphic in my test folder, which is handy because sometimes, you'll make a graphic and then you may just want to save it for later and make adjustments to it, especially like if you're making templates or something like that for your channel. So not too bad, not too bad. So you have the ability to save items. Okay, you have the ability to add text. Okay, is Snappa graphics editor worth it? Okay. As you can see, I can position the text. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. I can align it. I can change the height, and then I can also put an offset color blur. Okay. Now, the one thing, and then also opacity. The one thing that this graphics editor is missing, in my opinion, is they do not have a simple outline text. Meaning, if I wanted to outline this text in purple, I really can't do it. I can blur, right? But that's more of a drop shadow. So that is one big con of their text, is you cannot just do a simple outline. Number two con about the text editor, I cannot change colors within the same text box. So let's say I wanted graphics to be a different color. Okay, it changes the entire text box, which is a kind of a pain in the ass. So the only way I could do it would be to take this box, duplicate, okay, paste, cut, change the color, duplicate again, paste the rest, and then change that color. So that, in my opinion, is kind of weak from this package. It should definitely support inline multiple colors. So that's another con of the text editor. So, and lastly, there is no bendable text. So I can't bend this into an arc. Okay. And I actually could demonstrate that for you. Let's see, file new. I'll show you something as simple as Excel and word art. Hello. Okay. Right. Text effects, transform. So with Excel, I can bend text, and I can't do it in Snappa. Now, with that being said, I could always take this hello world, and copy it, save it, bendy, okay, go over to graphics, hit upload, upload the image, and upload bendy. hello world. And then I can also move this forward and back in layers if I want to. So as you can see, it's a little annoying that I can't do bendy text. So let me surmise the text side of Snappa. Number one, the pros. It has a decent collection of different texts, text fonts, the ability to upload fonts, letter spacing, line spacing, and blurring. Not bad, and opacity. The cons: no inline color changes in the same text box, no bendy text, and they don't have a basic text outline, which, like I said, those are the cons. So from that standpoint, I'm a little disappointed with the text editor part of Snappa. So, you know, whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to the graphics section. Now, this is where Snappa excels, because you get access to royalty-free graphics and icon libraries. So let's type in graphics, search, and a super cool thing about this is, number one, these are scalable vectors. So I can scale this and it's going to look clean and crisp. Okay? And not only can you scale the graphics, on the graphics side you can change the colors, which is super cool. Change the opacity, and like I said, the graphics library is completely royalty free, so you're able to use this in your social media, thumbs and all that stuff, which is fantastical. I really like that. Now, let's see, money. Okay, let's see if we can design this. All right, and then back to what we were saying, and then let's do that, and then we'll say, is Snappa graphics editor worth it? Okay, make it nice and big. Actually, we'll do this, and then let's get a cool font. Let's say there's all kinds of cool fonts. Something clean. Right. And then they also have shapes. So I can put the shape in here, and you can control the colors on shapes as well if you want a nice text. Now, this is kind of something too that I think would be nice, and they don't have it. There is no border controls on this, and then you can make the shape bigger. So in essence, I have to make my own border and change the width of it and such. So, you know, from that standpoint, it's okay. Like I said, I would have loved to see, I got rounded corners option. I would love to seen some border controls on this, so that you could just put plain borders on it. So let's pull this back for now. Go back to graphics. So like I said, it's totally scalable, which is cool. Now, the other thing is you also get access to the photo library, which is super dope. So images, I can type in money. Right? If I didn't want a graphics, I could do a piggy bank, push the layer back. I can scale it. Is Snappa worth it? So you can see it's pretty dope. And honestly, the graphics is very, like, there's almost nothing they don't have in here. and you could just like about type anything. I could type house, right? And I got houses. You could type Lambo. Got Lamborghinis, right? So they definitely have a lot of options, and especially the icon library. It's just super cool. I love it. I love it. And you know, from that standpoint, and then also, like I said, it supports layers, which is cool. So, and then on the backgrounds, the background editor, let's go ahead and cover that. So you can add backgrounds. Now, sometimes you're better just to put the picture. If you put it as a picture, you can reposition it. If you put it as saving, so you can see it put it as the entire background in there, which is cool. There's also some effects where you can blur it, darken it, which is cool. That's nice for backgrounds, you know, if you want something out of focus. Saturation, brightness, contrast, you know, it just kind of gives you a little flexibility. And then you can also do the reposition, so you can move it up or down. You can't go left or right, and then you can scale it. Okay. Then I could bring my apply and maybe change that up to make it pop a little bit. Then I could put in a blur with black. Like I said, is Graphics Snappa editor worth it? So, and then I could throw my border on there. Okay. So this is kind of like what I use to make all my thumbs and stuff, and I'll tell you what, it has totally made my life so much easier from the standpoint of all the social media platforms. Then I can just hit save, and another cool option is you can duplicate the currently open. Okay, view it, opens a second window, and then it names it copy, and then you could hit the thing and V2, hit save, put it in my YouTube folder, save. So as you can see, the Snappa's editor is very powerful, and the access to the royalty-free library, in my opinion, that is the single most thing that makes it completely worth it. Now, they also have patterns for the backgrounds, and you can also upload your own image and make it a background if you wanted to, and then you can just go with flat colors as well. But you know, it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your picture. Now, see, what might make this even cooler is changing that color to like a blue to match the bank. Yeah. So you can see it. Now it also has grid controls, which is nice. So if toggle to grid is, you can turn it, and you can do micro moves with the control and arrow keys. But if it's in grid mode, it'll try to line things up, center things, like if it'll give you, see how like the center line appeared. So that's kind of cool too. And I want that big, yeah. So that's about it. That is the Snappa editor. I've covered most about everything that's on here. You have the ability to duplicate. You can toggle, delete layers. So yeah, and the shapes, graphics, text, effects, and backgrounds. And then of course save. And then you can download it into your high res and pop it into your video. Now I have my save graphics library, which you can access any of your graphics which you put on there, which is totally awesome. So I do think Snappa is headed in the right direction, and for the money of $10 and the fact that you could write it off on your business, for your social media business as you're trying to build, I think it's totally worth the money. You'll definitely get your money worth out of it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications for all the latest, greatest. And as you can see, I'm sporting my new Cryptoslo merch gear. That's at the top of the thing if you want to get on that. And as always, I like to cover some tech stuff that's going on as well, just more so than just all crypto all the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope Snappa makes your life easier. This is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.